Call the regular city council meeting on Monday, October 23rd, 2023 order. Roll call please.
Scott.
Here.
Beauregard.
Here.
Grams. Here. Kramer. Here. Dennis.
Here. Regular city staff for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God.
Next is the consent agenda. Everybody have a chance to look at the consent agenda.
I do have one correction, Mayor. Under new business, the date for the gambling license for the White Lakes Chamber of Commerce was incorrect. It read October 11th and it should be November 11th. They have been corrected in the minutes.
Thank you. Are there any other corrections or concern? If not, is there a motion to approve consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Motion is made by Councilor Kramer, is there support? I'll support that. Supported by Councilor Scott. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Yes, and citizens, anybody want to address the council?
Yes, I do.
Step to the podium and. Mr. Hammond, please.
Nick Albright, 514 Coventry. So my question is about Family Dollar is why wasn't it at least local guys building it?
Why was what?
Why wasn't it local guys at least building it?
First of all, when the Family Dollar approached city council, all they requested was what we had in land that was zoned commercially. Becky gave them the areas that were zoned commercially, what was available. That was the spot they chose. They didn't ask for any financial aid or anything from the city. So it's their land, it's their contract, we really have no control over who they hire to build it or anything on, because there's no money from the city going into that building.
Okay.
So just an example, Nick, sometimes when the city has a project and we have IRRB money,
Yeah.
it's earmarked, we have to have union wage, minimum wage, union scale, whatever it is,
Yeah.
part of the package. And usually the city has to, it's usually a 50-50 match. So if we get 100,000, we have to match that from the IRRB. In this case, there was no money coming from the city. So we really don't have any authority to tell them how to build, where to,
Right.
as long as they're within compliance with the zoning laws, there's really nothing for us to do. We can't go in there and tell them that. We don't, as far as I'm concerned, we're right, Mitch.
Yeah, it was just a land transaction. So they came and they purchased the land, city sold the land. And as long as what they're building there is in conformance with the zoning code, they build it. We don't have any ability to put any strings on what they or how they build it. That's so
But the
because
city,
it was just a straight up.
the city approved that contract, that does not have the local orders.
First of all,
That is a negotiated contract, and I'm just people should have an input in these meetings.
There should be a project.
And I'm done.
agreement in place.
You approved that,
We approved the
You
sale.
personally were- out of work, That is work.
Real estate, you're on the board, real estate purchase.
then I'll leave.
Thank you.
You know, I'm about to say a whole bunch of shit that you won't like.
And it is unfortunate that we couldn't, that we're legally tied to it. We have no control.
It's unfortunate there's people protesting outside that building. In the city. Very important.
But yeah, legally, we just sold the land and we didn't get to control who they used to build it or how they built it, but it is unfortunate.
I know they have used some local contractors, Red Top Construction, did the carpenter, and NTS has been doing their, sampling, so they are using some services locally, but. Yeah, we have no control really to force them to do anything without putting money towards it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So the city doesn't have a project labor agreement? No,
Not on that particular
but
project.
it should be citywide. Just one go.
Well, it's not our plan.
Yeah, it's not a city project, it's just a land, we sold the land, just like a homeowner, we don't get to control, once they buy land from us, we don't get to tell them how or who they used to build it. Unless we're giving them city money to do it, or,
A city project like the beer garden rebuild, that is something that we would have to labor agreement on, because the city is directly involved in it. But as a private entity. So different than flow down the industrial park, they can decide to use union labor or not, it's up to them.
Well, even if it wasn't. A non-union, but pretty much what we were getting at, I mean.
So years ago, Nick, the IGA store was a union store. And when the owners changed, there was picketing down there, didn't change anything. They didn't go with the union workers. You know, that's many years ago when that transpired. But, you know, we didn't have nothing to do with that, that was a private sale. Just like the bartenders or anybody working at any of those stores down there, I don't know if they're union, we have no control over whether they're union paid scale. And who they're represented by. So,
So you guys have a say in that way. These guys are more stated. And then they know we want local guys building it, areas, that's kind of rousing and accurate. It is like taking money out of our back pockets. Especially when we live in this town. That's kind of weird.
but we have, the only contract we signed with them was a sale on the land, that's it. That,
Oh, hi, I'm Patty Roby. I'll try to say this a little more subtly than my daughter did. You did sign a contract knowing that they would be hiring out-of-state workers,
you know,
right?
we did not,
You did not?
no, we didn't sign, we signed a contract to sell them the property.
there was no terms of who they were building, who they were using to build, what they were.
Did you guys have the authority to ask?
As
What,
Mitch already said, we don't have the authority to designate who they use, it was a real estate sale on our end, and because they're not using city services or city money. We do not legally get to dictate, we can suggest or encourage, but we do not get to dictate who they use.
you can suggest and encourage, and
We can suggest, we can encourage, we can,
I did
but
encourage
we
the
can
contractor,
control it.
the lead engineer, I did encourage him to use local services where possible, but
to hire local people.
I encourage him, but I can't force him.
Yeah.
But I did contact him and.
Could you refuse to sell them the land if they didn't, hire local? Could you use that as a bargaining tool?
Could we have? I mean,
I don't know if that's legally binding or not, if we can set those terms in a real estate transaction, I don't.
I mean, if someone came in and wanted to build a barn on Hampshire, to store pigs and stuff, wouldn't you have a say in,
Well, they'd be violating the city ordinance, because they are not allowed to have pigs in the city.
well, what if they didn't want pigs? What if they just wanted to build a strange
They follow
looking?
building codes as long as they're in compliance with any zoning or building codes, they get to build it how they want, they just have to be in compliance with all the codes.
Okay, so you didn't have any say in, before you signed that contract with them to buy the land, you couldn't say anything to them about who, oh, okay, thanks.
All right, moving on, reports from staff, the administrator on.
Nothing tonight, thank you, Mayor.
Public Works Director Smith. Yes. Oops, sorry. Library Director, Steve Feller.
Starting tomorrow, we will be advertising for the position of part-time library clerk. You'll find information on the library Facebook page or the City of Red Lake's website under. Which by the job. It'll average 14 to 21 hours per week. Monday and Wednesdays, and then some Saturdays during the school year, and an extra shift in summer.
Did you say that opens tomorrow? Sue? Sorry.
We'll have the information on tomorrow.
Okay. Someone inquires, so I'll direct them to look at
Okay,
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
Public Works Director Kenny.
Public Works has got all the water systems winterized for the year, including golf course, campground, cemetery, etc. We'll be pulling the docks out yet this week. At both lakes. The Midway shelter is under construction, as people can see when they drive by. The concrete slab was poured today. They'll be doing the sidewalks yet this week, and then starting on some of the building was slated to be delivered this week. We've assisted the Snowmobile Club a little bit as they're starting to gather up their stuff and move to their new location, so we're helping them move stuff when we can. I met with our insurance adjuster as well as a couple of contractors, getting the roofs on both the senior citizen center and the booster station, which were damaged in the storm in early September. Both of them were approved by our insurance to be full replacement. We have got secured a contractor to do them, and we are on their list to have them done possibly in November. Yet this year, Wade and I have both been reaching out the estimate for the golf course roof that was damaged, because of the amount of damage that was done or the price tag for doing it. Our insurance adjuster agreed to a full replacement, but due to the price, he just wanted multiple quotes. We received one quote, and we're looking for another. Both Wade and I are trying to find a contractor who does that type of roofing project. The rubber membrane style roof is kind of harder to find contractors to do it. So we're still looking into getting a second or third quote for that. That's it.
Okay, thank you. City Attorney. I know you are. Okay, thank you. First, we will let the officials, Councilor Kramer.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Councilor Kramer.
I was just gonna attend the next Youth Hockey Association board meeting to follow up. I went to a meeting a few months back and we talked about them getting some contacts for renting ice in the off season, if there's camps or interest in people renting ice, if it would be worth our while to put it on or not, and then some ideas on how to utilize the other portions of the arena. So I'll follow up with them and revisit that.
Thank you. Councilor Border.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Councilor Scott. Nothing to report. Last Thursday, Becky, myself, ambulance director, Mel Olmsted and Colby Hanson, assistant ambulance director, we met up in Sedan at a round table that Senator Hofstra put together. It was about the increase in rural ambulance services and struggling financially. I believe, Becky, if you got the numbers, we billed almost $2 million last year in ambulance services and we wrote off, what, 1.6 or something?
Yeah, we collected about 40%, we were off about 60%, and that's pretty common for the trends.
And that's kind of what we heard from all the other ambulance services that attended that session. Most of it isn't, it's coming from the federal, Medicare, Medicaid. We only get 40% if we're lucky back on our, and what are covering our costs. When we bill, we only receive about 40%. So those are some of the things that he's looking at, starting a task force at the state level to look at it, but also getting in touch with our federal legislators to see what can be done. I know our ambulance fund has gone down drastically. We increased our Town Lake, White Lakes and Aurora. We've increased how much we put in each month to try to stabilize it. But it's not good, and we've increased our rates. And even at that, I mean, you can increase the rates all day long. Insurance and Medicare don't pay off. We're going downhill. It's unfortunately. Okay, old business, nothing, 11-1 new business. This is resolution 2023-030 application to the Iron Range Resources and Rehabilitation Department for the Regional Trails Grant.
So we put in an application as the city of White Lakes, the Rangers Snowmobile ATV Club is looking to lease the full building from us. And so part of that land purchase from Flow, part of it will be IRRR dollars, which is what this resolution is approving, and part of it will come out of the Ranger ATV Snowmobile Club savings account. So the city is going to be the purchaser, no city funds, and the city will then lease it to the ATV Snowmobile Club.
Is there a motion to approve?
We'll make that motion.
Motion made by Councilor Hernandez, is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Councilor Kramer. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Is there a motion for adjournment?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Councilor Kramer, is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Councilor Hernandez. All those in favor?